Hello, sweaty pepperonis. This is Blazemallow, and you are listening to Masters in Japanese, Episode 4 An Uneducated Yap about brain itches. So, what are brain itches? Well, I don't know if that's an actual term, but I'm using it to explain what I want to talk about. Brain itches are I think the best example or the best thing to explain brain itches is those things that get stuck in your head and you're like, I need to do this. I need to, or I will die. Something like exaggerated like feeling you'll have in your head. You'll be like, oh my god, I need to, in figuratively, I need to scratch this itch. So I think one itch I feel like everybody knows about. Anybody who has read English would know about, which is creative itch. The creative itch is simple. You have an itch that you need to create something. It can either be, if you're into music, you're gonna have a creative itch of making music. If you make videos, you're gonna have a creative itch of making videos. If you have like an itch for writing, you're gonna have an itch. You're gonna want to write books or stories. Basically, you would have an itch that can only be scratched by creating. Recently, what I found out about myself, at least, this could be applied, I think, to everybody, is that I also have another itch. I mean, yes, I have a creative itch. I make music, I make videos, I make stories, even. I love creating as a thing, as like a whole thing. But recently started to understand I have another itch that I have not been able to scratch for so long, and now I'm able to. And that itch, when once I scratch it, whenever I scratch it, you guys get to listen to me. You pepperonis can then listen to me or watch my videos, maybe even read my stories. I mean, did start writing, I think. Yeah, in Wattpad, I started writing not romance. Okay, I'm not like that type of Wattpad writer. Anyways, so what is that itch? I like to call it the sharing itch. Now, be aware. When I say sharing itch, I do not mean I have an itch to get likes and views. What I mean by sharing itch is, do you know how a child like goes around making stuff and then being like, "Hey, look at what I made." I think we all have done that. Almost every one of us has done with at least one other person. Like either it's our parents who will be like, "Oh, uh, mother, father, or whatever you call your parents. I made this. Look at this. I made this picture." Or you make music and you're like, "I can sing now. Listen to this song I made." Or I did this performance. So I feel like that's an itch that can be scratched by talking to your family members. But then, what if that itch is not, you're not able to scratch it with your family members? Because that's what happened to, that's what has been happening to me even. Like, technically, my parents have been kind enough to give me the flexibility to actually scratch my creative itch and my sharing itch. The creative itch I can scratch because, like, if I wanted to make music, my parents were like, sure, make music. I want to paint, they were like, sure, paint. I want to act, they were like, sure, act. You want to make films? Go learn how to make films. We don't mind that. But in the sharing itch, they have been kind of, I think the best word would be greedy, or maybe scared of helping me scratch that itch. Like, okay, understand this. We're in 2024. The internet is part of our lives. What is so unique about the internet? Everyone has a voice. Now, that has a pro and a con. The pro is everyone can show their work to millions of people. But what is the con? To show to these creators or artists or business people, even, that, oh, our work is being shown to actual people. In return, the platforms that help create the internet show those people in numbers, and you can stack those numbers as much as you want. And some people get addicted to it. Actually, no, everyone gets addicted to it unless they find, unless they realize they're getting addicted and they slowly try to remove themselves from it. And I feel like that's what my parents have always been so scared about, because I've never been allowed to create videos. Okay? So, which makes me wonder that, like, when did start creating videos, when I did start sharing stuff, made this podcast, made videos, started writing stories and putting them on Wattpad, um, and making music, like, right, like I'm doing all this thing. I'm already did these things when I was young. Why is it different now? Why do I feel more motivated to make it? Because, like, if you look at my history, I don't get like a million views. Like, I have a very inconsistent amount of views. Like, forget likes and subscribers even. I get inconsistent amount of views and listens or plays, whatever you call it. So I think the very act of sharing is just so uh, pleasing, because, like, whether you agree or disagree, every one of us are part of human race, are part of the human race. And humans for have evolved to be social animals. Like, we need to talk to people. We need to connect with people. And sometimes we feel like people around us cannot understand us, and we want to have a megaphone to just shout out that, hey, if there's anyone out there, please talk to us. And I feel like that's something that the internet is able to do for us. We're able to shout out to the far corners of the earth and find people. But then there's the con. What about the views and all of those things? What if you get addicted to that? And what I've found is that if you consistently make stuff, right? Whether you're getting views or not getting views, whether you're getting the biggest numbers or not, and you keep making stuff, at one point or another, you're gonna start realizing you like the thing, even if you're getting zero views. Like, literally, I did like I had a series that I made on YouTube, which was Daily Doodles, in which for I think 53 days straight, I made unedited vlogs where I used to just yap. Yeah, basically what I'm doing in masters in Japanese, that's what I used to do in Daily Doodles even. Only that it was visual also. And so that helped me so much, because it got me much more connected with my creative self. Sorry, hit the mic. I think it might have made a sound effect. But anyways, a it connected me more to my creative self, to my creative monster, and B, it also helped me scratch my sharing itch to the point that now whenever I have a sharing itch, my first instinct is to just make a video and upload it, not to consistently worry about views and what will get views and what will not. And yeah, I'm a human being. I do end up getting stuck wanting views. I want views. I want to get to the level of the top ones. But as for example, I read Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. He explained it really well. And he actually quoted someone. I don't have the book over here when I'm talking, so I can't actually use it. I forgot to bring it out. God, I need to remember stuff like that. But yeah, in that quote, it was said to not look for people. Don't go out and look for the right people. Sure, go ahead. You can do that. It's your choice. You have free will. But what's better to do is to just put your head down and keep working. And people will find you too. Just like, for example, you need motivation and you can't find it, right? But suddenly something happens and you find it. One way or another. Maybe it's a video that you just stumble across. Maybe it's a book that you stumble across. For me, it was like I was losing my passion for creativity a lot, for arts and everything. I stumbled upon Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. And then I needed information about how to create, how to share, how to keep going. I found out about his other two books and got them. You can find stuff. It will come to you. You just need to keep doing it. And I know this is sounding like a motivational uh, episode in a way, which I did not intend to. I only intended to talk about brain itches. But yeah, I feel like we have these two itches. We also have multiple other itches, to be honest, and many people might have different itches even. Like, there's one itch that I know about also, which I like to call the learning itch, which is that you have this fascination to keep learning more and more and more and more, which I feel like everybody has. It's just that a lot of us just accepted what school tells us that we have to do it according to syllabus. So, and as I think almost everyone knows, that isn't how everybody works. We're not robots. We're human beings. We're complex. We have differences even. So yeah, now I'm tired of walking and talking. So, actually, no, I'm not tired of talking. I'm just tired of talking on this very topic. But yeah, hope you sweaty pepperonis have a good day. If you have an itch, scratch it, but maybe not, or maybe not focus on the wrong things. See you in the next episode. So yeah, bye bye.